Okay, class, it's time for lesson number 2, a volume of cylinders, cones, and spheres. Oh my. So, once again, we're just going to walk through the notes. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, just send me an email or post a comment or send up a flyer, whatever you need. Okay, so first of all, I want to remind ourselves about what is a volume. Volume is the amount of space that fits inside something, or the space that the substance or object occupies. So it's basically just like what fits inside. So like, see, I have my water bottle here. It's a nice cylindrical shape. Okay, so to find the volume of this, that's what we're going to figure out. We want to figure out how much water I can fit inside of my water bottle. Okay, and if you look over here to the right, these are key features of a circle that we're going to need to be able to find the volume of a cone, a cylinder, and a sphere. We did this before spring break, so you've seen this before, but this is just a refresher, okay? So if we look at this one right here, the center of the circle is the exact midpoint of the circle. The diameter goes all the way across the circle, and it goes through the center of the circle, okay? So it's like right across the circle. The radius goes from the center of the circle to the outside of the circle. It's only half of the diameter, okay? Radius is half the diameter. Please, please, please don't forget that. Radius is half the diameter. Okay, so we're going to first start out by finding the volume of cylinders. So in our example here, we see that we have a cylinder, and we're going to find the volume of this cylinder that has a radius of 3 centimeters and height of 10 centimeters. So you see, look, there's our radius is 3 centimeters and our height is 10 centimeters. We're going to use 3.14 for pi. So our formula, as you can see over here, is V equals pi times r squared times h. So our volume is pi times our radius squared times h. Okay, so then our volume is 3.14, because we're using 3.14 for pi, times our radius times our height. So you see our radius squared times the height. You can see 3 was our radius and our height was 10. And then we're just going to plug everything into our calculator. So you can pull out a phone, you can open up another thing in your browser. I don't care what kind of calculator you use, but we're going to type into our calculator 3.14 times 3 times 3, or you can hit 3 squared with the little square button, times 10. Okay? Or what we did here in the example is just 3 squared, so you can see that 3.14 times 9 times 10. And then we should end up with 282.6 centimeters cubed. In volume, we always have cubed as the units. All right? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Think for yourself. Does this make sense? Okay. Moving on. Now, if you want to find the volume of cones, it's the same thing as finding the volume of a cylinder, except for our formula, as you can see here, has a 1/3. So this little 1/3 is the new thing that we didn't have last time. See this 1/3? Okay. Remember that multiplying by 1/3 is the same thing as dividing by 3. So many of you saw this formula with the divided by 3 when we did it in class, and I'm going to challenge you to use this formula so you can remember the 1/3 means divided by 3. Okay, so what we're going to do is first identify the radius and the height. So maybe I gotta, yeah. So the radius is 3 and the height is 6. So as you see, the radius goes from the center of the circle out to the outside of the circle. So radius is 3. Our height goes from the center of the circle up to the point of the cone, and that is 6. So we're going to plug that into our formula here. We have 1/3 pi, our radius squared, times our height. So we plug our radius and our height in. So we have 1/3 times 3.14 times 3 squared times 6. Whew, lots of multiplication. Okay, we did 3 squared, which is 9. So we have 1/3 times 3.14 times 9 times 6 plug all of that in your calculator, and you'll get 56.52 meters cubed. Okay? If you need to take a second to look back over that or test it out for yourself with your calculator, go ahead and do that now. I'm going to clear my under eyes, and then we can move on to finding volume of a sphere. So find the formula for finding the volume of a sphere is shown right here. So the volume is equal to 4/3 pi r cubed. So that's 4/3 times pi times our radius times our radius times our radius. Remember, cube means multiplying by 3. It's by itself 3 times. Okay, so first thing we want to do once again is identify our radius. Look, it says the volume of a sphere with a radius of 5. So in our formula for our radius, we're going to plug in 5. So we have 4/3 times 3.14 times 5 cubed. If we go ahead and do 5 cubed, that's 125. So we have 4/3 times 3.14 times 125. And then this time we're going to plug in 4 times 3.14 times 125, and then divide by 3. And then if you do that, we'll get 523.33 inches cubed. Okay, and that's it for volume of a sphere, cone, and cylinder. So you're also going to see that there is an extra credit opportunity where you can find some object around your house and measure its radius, measure its height. I'm trying to see if I have a ruler on me right now. I have a protractor. You might also have like a ruler, a tape measure, or something around your house. Or you can just do it like, if you don't have any kind of measurement, you can also use like your fingers. So like, oh, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 fingers tall. And the radius is 2 fingers. Or 2 knuckles, I guess. Okay, so you're going to find an object around your house, measure it, and it's like this is a cylinder, so I'd use the formula for cylinder. Okay, you guys are awesome, big fans. Stay safe, make good choices. I miss you all.